here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights.
Jeddah street circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair, but even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021.
The Jeddah street circuit has one of the fastest average speeds, as well as the most corners of any track on the calendar. Good high-speed downforce is going to make life in the fast lane a little easier for drivers here this weekend. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
All right, it is race o'clock. It is race o'clock. So I don't necessarily see how this is gonna work. Okay, Ricardo's one-stop strategy. Is quite good. I kind of want him to start on the soft tire, and we'll see how we are going to do. We are going to expect to get lapped. So we're going to run under by, okay, so it's 50 laps on the nose. So this has to be, fuck. 2.1, fuck, I can't math. 4 and 6. So we are going to start minus 2.1 down, minus 2.1, minus 2.1, 2.1. Okay, this is going to factor into my fuel calculations later. So Ricardo is expecting a, so hang on, how's our tire situation? Fine. So we're going to expect a pit stop on lap 21 onto the mediums. We have, so in terms of tire use, we have soft, one set of medium and hard. So we're going to start on the soft, and we've got 2x scrub soft. Fine. So that is all going to factor into our calculations. This is all fine. In terms of the driver options, we are going to do increased fuel usage, increased pace. Actually, it's really marginal. I'm not actually gonna, yeah, I'm not actually gonna do that. It's really marginal on the tires. Fuel, I don't care about. I can compensate in race. But yeah, this is fine. Okay, so Aerosmith has the same. So we have a set of softs, a set of softs, a set of softs, a set of mediums, a set of hards, and we have 2x scrub softs. Fine. So I don't know what this strategy is for Aerosmith. This looks like absolute fucking chaos. So if we do this, so Aerosmith isn't as, how do I put this politely, talented a driver as I don't see how this is. Hang on. So 54. I don't really see how this works. I mean, I suppose we could fucking try it. We're gonna be at the back of the field anyway. We could try it, and if there's any safety cars or anything. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're gonna start on a set of the softs, so they're vouched for. And we are going to go to a set of the mediums. We're gonna start on a fresh set of softs. So we're gonna vouch for 2 sets of softs and 1 set of mediums. This is gonna be fucking chaos. This is going to be absolutely fucking chaos. So let's put this one into the calculator. So Ricardo's doing a 1 stop on lap 21. Aerosmith is doing a stop on lap lap fucking 17 for mediums, lap 29 for softs, and lap 41 for softs. This is fucking crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Wait, dumb question. So 3 seconds if I... No, okay. Oh, no, hard. Yeah, okay. Wait, if I... Hang on. So if we do this... 1:13:48. Hang on. See, this is complicated. 1:13:48. Okay, let's upstrate strategy D, but let's try strategy E, which is going to be this. Except we're going to go onto a set of hards and get rid of one of these stops. So if we get rid of one of these stops and push this along... So 152, 148. Let's bring you... No, bring you in a couple of laps. And then bring you... It's the same. It's the fucking same. Fine. No. We're gonna do strategy E. Yeah, confirm. We'll do strategy D, which is a fucking 3 stop. Somehow. Alright. Oh, we need to underfuel us. So we're going to underfuel us, and we are going to give us increased fuel use, increased ERS, and do you know what? We can actually afford the increased tire use to start this race. Ricardo is going to be a little bit more reserved, starting in 17th place, but it is finally time to start the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. A short moment of time to themselves to focus on the race ahead.
Starting in 20th, the points are a long way off. Can they get a good start here and push for a respectable finish?
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And
God, that was a really long hold with the lights, but the race is finally underway. Let's get our drivers pushing best we can. Oh, little bit of wheel to wheel with Ricardo. God, that could have been some damage, but thankfully wasn't. But the race is now underway with, Ricardo's gained 1 position into 16th place, but Aerosmith has been thunder cunted down into 22nd place with the start. Not entirely sure how the fuck that happened, but that isn't great. I'm very quickly going to leave you with the wonderful views and sights of Daniel Ricciardo as I do my fuel calculations, which are so important for later on in the race.
I don't think we can do much more.
You're right now.
Okay. Fuel calculations are reasonably well done. So Ricardo is struggling to get past Valtteri Bottas. Remember, there's no DRS in the opening race of a opening lap of a race. I want to try and grab a wee screenshots of our car in Jeddah. We are right on the back of Valtteri Bottas, although Ocon is really chasing us down. As we come down the start-finish straight, we are now within DRS. There is 3 DRS zones once again, but they're not until the second half of this lap. So no DRS for the moment, no DRS for the foreseeable, but our goal just now is purely to try and hold on to the back of Valtteri Bottas. So I've done our fuel calculations at the bottom. So I have a picture in my mind for what our fuel use has to be over the course of the race. We'll just have to see how this goes. Now, whenever there is a very, very serious incident on this racetrack, it's not uncommon for it to be a red flag situation. So we need to kind of we need to kind of bear that in mind, all things considered. Okay, Ricardo is having to fight for it, but he's holding on to his 16th place. Ricardo's caught on, Aerosmith has caught onto the back of Zhao, and we're now within DRS territory, so Aerosmith is gunning for the back of Zhao. She's side by side, she's going for the inside line, which becomes the outside line, but she has already achieved the pass into 21st place at the end of the first DRS straight. Coming into the second, we are using our DRS to pull out that gap even further. Meanwhile, down in Ricardo's end of the wood, he manages to squeeze past Valtteri Bottas to take 15th place. The race is heating up, and we're not even a quarter of the way in. Jesus. So far, no calamitous incidents or anything like that, which is pretty good. So Aerosmith is up into 21st place, trying to use her gains to get past Iwasa. We tried the DRS then start finish straight, but we were unable to get past Iwasa. I'm going to have to keep saying it, Iwasa, to get it into my head. Ricardo is right on the back of Kevin Magnussen for 14th place. However, our ES battery is pretty low, so we're going to put this into neutral for just now. Aerosmith is probably going to have to get used to constantly diving into the pit lane, so I think this fighting is going to be quite interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting indeed. But the chances of a safety car or red flag are going to very much throw everything into the mix. Ricardo has dropped back now from Kevin Magnussen by quite a fair bit. Bottas is right on the tail of Ricardo, although he is fighting from Esteban Ocon. Aerosmith is side by side with Zhao, who's got DRS for the first DRS zone, and Aerosmith drops back into 22nd place. However, DRS zone detection is done. We're gonna come. Wait, where are we? Yeah, okay, so Aerosmith gets DRS now. Because it's such a narrow, long circuit, if I turn off my camera, because it's such a narrow, long circuit is Jeddah, it's quite hard just looking at the minimap alone, which I know you guys can't do, but I can, to work out exactly where my cars are. And I don't know, it's a bit of a shit circuit, is Jeddah. Everything just looks the same. It's really hard to just isolatedly work out where you are. But we do get to watch as Aerosmith attempts a pass using DRS down the start-finish straight. It's not worked, but she is still side by side with Zhao as they come into the opening complex of the lap. It's an inside-outside kind of deal. She tries the outside line, but ultimately she has to slot back into 22nd place, which isn't good. However, despite this, we are holding on to our tire use, whereas Zhao is not. We've now gained, in only the opening few laps, we have gained 4% of tire wear in reserve over Zhao, which is quite good to keep in the back of our mind. In 15th place, Valtteri is fighting. Valtteri Bottas is desperately attempting to get past Daniel Ricciardo, and we are desperately trying to prevent that from happening. There is lots of side-by-side racing coming through. Oh my goodness. Oh my fucking goodness. Look at that for a view. Look at that. Jesus Christ. That is a view. That is a view. Ricardo is leading the absolute... Ricardo is the conductor of the freight train right now, as everybody and their dog is trying to get past him, and Ricardo says no. However, as soon as I say that, Valtteri Bottas has got up the inside, and he has indeed got past
Here's the
Yuki
replay.
Tsunoda.
This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. Things look fine here.
So fighting with
Very heavy on the
a
brakes.
McLaren.
Now they did leave it very late.
Unfortunately, he locks up, doesn't lose the position, but does almost go into the wall. Ricardo has somehow gotten himself past Valtteri Bottas, and once again, Ricardo is the conductor of the freight train, which is crazy to see. Now it's Esteban Ocon's turn. He does get past Ricardo, but this is a wait, where are they? 16. So they're right at the start.
This is my face.
Well, they're coming into the opening complex, and
That's okay.
Ricardo and Ocon are
I'll be in
together,
with
but the
us.
rest of the pack has sort of dropped on past. Arrow Smith
But
managed
this
to
is
get
what
past
happened.
Zhao. Let's see how it
Right, let's have
happened.
a look now. Around turn 3. They
Ooh,
decide
that
to
is-
give it a go.
That is some wheel-to-wheel racing. Oh, I need to actually
And
update the Halo.
overtake is made.
I don't even think that was a DRS pass from Arrow Smith. That was pretty good going. So as they come through the opening complex, Ricardo has unfortunately dropped back from Esteban Ocon, with Valtteri Bottas now desperately trying to defend from what I'm affectionately referring to as the freight train. Ricardo, we want to push. We don't have much ERS in
Click
reserve,
overtake available.
but we want to push, try and get within that 1 second. God, I don't think we're going to. We're 2 seconds off. 2 seconds off. The DRS is open on Bottas. But Bottas cannot find a way past. It's first DRS zone straight into second DRS zone. So the entire freight train is going to get DRS, whereas Ricardo is not. So we'll need to see what they can
Okay, Bottas
do.
is in your DRS now.
Jesus Christ, this is crazy. This is crazy. Our only big hope is that there's some kind of...
And keep an eye on your battery.
This sounds a little cruel, but some kind of incident that allows him to come past. Bottas has got the DRS down the big start-finish straight. He does go past on the left-hand side, which is really unfortunate. Oh, well, I say that, but Ricardo is still side by side. Coming into the complex is going to be a lot of
Okay.
left turns, right turns.
Alrighty.
Ricardo got past, and Bottas actually backs out of it. Bottas actually backs out of
Okay,
it.
keep
So this is
focus on the
fascinating
pace.
coming into the first complex.
Directly behind you is Sargent.
This is a messy race. Aerosmith is still fighting off Zhao for 21st place. We are very slowly bringing this gap down to 20th place. Ideally, we need to break this toe to Bottas. If we can break this toe, we can probably get in command of this race. But if we can, then Ricardo is, I think, going to struggle to make progress beyond 16. This is still good
Bottas in your DRS.
place for Ricardo, but I would ideally like to,
Understood.
you know, do more than that as Bottas tries to swing down the inside. Let's watch this from Bottas's perspective. So Bottas has DRS here, but he cannot find a way past Daniel Ricciardo. They are rounding out the final corner of the race. Bottas is going to have DRS again. He really slowed down there, so as they come onto the start-finish straight, Bottas will have DRS. Oh, safety car. Hang on a minute. Let's use our internal brain. Oh. Guys, did we do something stupid? Did we do something? Yeah, we did it. We're gonna do it. The medium tire does really well in this race. Let's box for medium. So I don't actually know what's happened, but I think Aerosmith can come in here. So let's just have our team have an absolute fucking whitey and pull our car in. Russell has damage, so we have a safety car. No, she missed it.
Now
She
we've got
fucking
an
missed it.
incident here, and as I understand it, George Russell's involved.
So let's see what happened. This is George Russell and Yuki Tsunoda. Russell tries down the inside. Oh, and I think that's going to be suspension damage. That could potentially be a puncture for the other Mercedes as well. So Russell has damaged himself on the RB Racing Yuki Tsunoda. We didn't have enough warning. So let's keep the pit stop. So I want to see on strategy. So if we edit this so that we pit this lap. Yeah, we can definitely make that huge. Let's update. Yeah, okay. So Russell has retired. Aerosmith is going to come in no matter what. Let's go to full conserve.
We do need a little bit of liftoff for the fuel.
So let's harvest. Let's just get as much resources as we can. We are going to watch very, very closely to see what other cars do. If other cars start coming in for a change of tire, we will change to another set of softs on Ricardo. So safety car is at... Oh, beans. I want to try and get a screenshot under the safety car. Okay, so we're gonna watch very, very closely and see what these guys do on the TV feed. I can't imagine making this kind of strategy call in real time. That's just freaking wild. Yeah, absolutely freaking wild. That's a nice one. Okay, so all eyes are on the leading 7 cars just now. I'm honestly tempted to just pit. In pit, yeah, we're pitting. We're definitely pitting. Definitely pitting. Okay, let's get a new set of softs and confirm the pit.
So currently P4.
So we are double boxing. So we just need to consider what the gap is between our cars. So 1 second, 1 second. So remember, we need about 5 seconds between. So that's 1.5.
Copy, box,
2.
box.
2.5.
Box confirmed.
Okay. Yeah, okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. So everyone's pitting. Everyone's pitting. This is huge. 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 Zhao stayed out. Wait, how did Ricardo go onto mediums? I clicked a set of softs. Is that a... I definitely clicked the top left set of softs. He is on softs. Why is it showing medium? Are we watching Aerosmith? Oh, we must have been watching Aerosmith. Yeah, okay, Ricardo's on soft. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay. Fine. We gained a few places during that. Or at least Ricardo did. Okay, full conserve on the tires. Everyone else has gone on to mediums, so I've maybe dropped the ball with this strategy. Maybe. Yeah, there's a non-zero chance I've screwed the pooch with the strategy here. trying to get another good safety car screenshot. Okay, fine. Fine. It is what it is. I can't go back on the strategy now. Potentially I could have swapped to hards and did a one-stop, but yeah. Okay, so instead we have burned this set of softs.
We want to see weaving on good braking.
So this is now a set of this, and we're on to a set of softs. So let's just adjust our strategy here. Okay. Add a new stint. So medium tire. Fine, we'll do this one. And then our plan is still mostly the same for this. We've kind of got a free pit stop out of this for Aerosmith. Fine, okay, let's skip through the safety
Tires okay
car.
for now?
Understood.
No safety car in message.
Battery is full.
Understood.
No safety car in yet. It should happen about here when the safety car decides to come in. Okay, safety car is ending. So, pause. Edit strategy. Ooh, beans. Fine, as long as we can keep... Opa. Fine, as long as we can keep beyond, above this line, I'm pretty happy. So we'll update this strategy here. Okay, fine. So Ricardo is going to go to aggressive. We're going to go to push. We're going to go to full deploy. And Aerosmith is going to do the same. So we're going to do aggressive, push, and deploy for our cars. Safety car is about to come to an end, so let's watch the restart. So we've got Charles Leclerc, who is leading the field. He's letting the safety car pull
We have Martin
away.
to push a bit more.
And it's going to be down to Leclerc to decide when to go. This is quite funny seeing them all as a little daisy chain here. So the safety car is rounding off the last hairpin. And it's going to be on Leclerc to decide when the time is right to go. So far, he's not sped off. Green flag flies. Safety car is ending. It's calamity. It's calamity. Everyone's expecting Leclerc to go, but he's not going. He's now picking up the speed very slowly. The green flags aren't even flying anymore, and the cars haven't even taken the safety car, and they're finally up to race pace. The calamity has caught a few people sleeping, but not Verstappen. Verstappen is not only side by side with Leclerc, but sorry, not only on the tail of Leclerc, but almost side by side. Good stuff. Let's watch Ricardo and see what we can't do with this.
Currently P12.
Currently P12. We have Alonso right in front of us. Let's see if we can't get past him. We need to make gains here because I think we're probably going to end up having one more pit stop than everybody else. So we just absolutely need to bear that one in mind in particular. We're going to keep burning fuel because I want us to get back to... We can potentially get to 0. Ocon is attacking Ricardo like nobody's business. Holy hell. I don't think DRS is activated yet. Well, it certainly wouldn't be here because we've just entered the second of the 2 complexes. For some reason, this is a really loud race circuit. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit. So at the moment, Albon and Ricardo are the only ones who have risked staying out on the soft tires. Everyone else has retained their one stop going to the harder set of tires. So this could be quite a potentially interesting series of events. Yeah, it's quite the calamity here, trying to, with everyone fighting for position. DRS is now enabled, which is going to allow this field to try and sort themselves out a little better. Couple of overtake. Oh, that was a collision. That was an absolute collision between Hulkenberg and Albon. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like either car has damage, but you saw the ricochet. You saw the ricochet. That was for sure not great. That could have been another safety car, maybe even a red flag there. Aerosmith, by default of Russell now being out, will definitely get her objective so long as she finishes the race. We just need to make sure she finishes the race with a fucking wild 3-stop strategy. And Ricciardo, despite my best intention, is struggling to hold on to 12th. Alonso isn't rapidly getting away, but he isn't... Oh, actually the gap is starting to come down again. It's ebbing and flowing quite a fair bit. Car behind has DRS, so Ricciardo has DRS. Let's try and follow this from his perspective. Ricciardo is going for the take on Alonso, can't make it work. That was the first DRS zone. Coming into the second DRS zone, DRS is open, but so is Alonso. It's going to be kind of down to merit to see if they can get past at all. Ocon is closing up on Ricciardo. Everyone's everywhere, and it's Hulkenberg that we almost make the attempt on. But in the end, Ricciardo is trying to get past. We have burned the battery, unfortunately, which unfortunately is now going to cost us to drop back. We're going to put ourselves to neutral and just see what we can do. And wow, Ricciardo has dropped right back. That's not entirely bueno. Not entirely bueno. It's going to be down to Ricciardo's merit to see if we can't pick up some more speed and really close down this gap to Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg is on hard tires, so we do definitely have the tire advantage on Nico Hulkenberg does Ricciardo. But I think now that we are on lap 13, we take stock of this race. Carlos Sainz is currently in P1, with his teammate Charles Leclerc following very eagerly behind. Verstappen is half a second adrift, with Lando Norris a second off the pace in 4th. Sergio Perez is right on Norris's tail, fighting for 4th, with Hamilton in 6th, leading Yuki Tsunoda. Oscar Piastri is in 8th place, who is fighting off Alexander Albon, with Alonso 1 second off the pace. Hulkenberg nearly 2 seconds behind them, desperately being chased down by Daniel Ricciardo. We've got yellows. And there's a crash. We don't know where. We know it's sector 3. Oh, let's watch the replay. Let's see what happened. So this is Lewis Hamilton on Yuki Tsunoda, is that. And it's side-by-side contact. Hamilton took a hard hit into the side pods. That was rough. Ooh, that was hella rough.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
So the team now go into damage control mode. I think we stay under green flag conditions. Well, yellow flag conditions. There was definitely some debris on track, but no safety car or anything like that. But Yuki Tsunoda does have damage. Hamilton has damage as well, but Yuki is more serious. In fact, apparently his damage has become quite terminal, according to our team's assessment. Ricciardo has got past Hulkenberg. Let's see how it happened. I think this is going to be a DRS pass. It's not. Oh no, it is. It's the tail end. Yeah, the tail end of the third DRS zone. No. The second DRS zone. I hate this track. I hate this track. Everything just looks the same. So Ricciardo is once again the conductor of the freight train, fighting off Hulkenberg, Ocon, Sargent, Stroll, Gasly, Iwasa, Zhao, Bottas, and presumably everyone else. Yeah, Magnussen and Aerosmith. Yuki Tsunoda, I suspect, is probably going to be limping. He is still ahead of Hamilton, but I suspect he's going to have to pit. Our team think his damage is terminal. So we'll need to see what happens to Yuki Tsunoda. But this has, in comparison to Bahrain, this has already been a very incident-filled race. Ricardo is now 2.5 seconds off of Fernando Alonso, but Hulkenberg, with his harder tyres, is still trying to chase him down. Remember, for Ricardo, we just need to keep above this red line in order to be good on tyres. So despite the fact that our tyres are running hot, we're currently doing okay. Fuel use, we are doing okay. Okay. I think for just now, we are going to slow down Aerosmith's tyre usage. Fine. So I think, unfortunately, Ricardo's good place finish is going to be lost by the fact that we are going to have to pit again, and I don't think that these guys are. I don't think the rest of the field is going to be pitting again. So Yuki Tsunoda is staying out, so his damage might not be as terminal as we thought, or his car might blow up in a cloud of fire sometime later on. It will remain to be seen. Effectively, what we need to do now is we need Ricardo to make gains now, ideally, so that we can switch to this medium set of tyres. Unfortunately for Ricardo, this 11th place is a little bit of a misnomer. I think we fucked up the strategy, unfortunately. Aerosmith at the tail end of the field is still chasing down Bottas, but we're hardly keeping up on the back of them, which is slightly frustrating. I think we need to be overtaking Bottas. Ideally soonish, so that we can get this strategy, because Bottas isn't going to be stopping again. So with the exception of, I think with the exception of safety cars, both of our drivers are a bit screwed. Meanwhile, the lead of this race, Max Verstappen, has split the two Ferraris. That was a bit unexpected. Very unexpected. Nice little gaggle of cars there. Multiple positions lost. Daniel Ricciardo has lost 2 positions. Oh no. Let's see how it happened.
Opportunities there.
Oh yeah, okay. Fine. So double DRS pass, both cars get past, punting Daniel Ricciardo sadly down to 13th place. Not great.
Yep.
Oh!
2 cars out, a lot of debris.
Oh, that was close.
Watch for debris.
Oh, that was so close. I could have clenched you a diamond there, folks. Jesus. Jesus Christ. So Ocon has the DRS. They're confused by Ricardo, and it's just drove straight into the side pod.
What was that?
Oh, thank God it wasn't my car. Thank God it wasn't my team's car.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today. That is for sure.
Good grief. Okay, so we have 2 cars damaged, and we have definite debris on track. We haven't gone safety car, but we've now got 2 cars that are quite well wounded, which is gonna benefit us just a little bit, which is not the worst thing that's ever happened. We're gonna hold on to the and Ocon has been giving a penalty. Oh, that's what this is. This is a time penalty. Right. I thought this was damage. Okay. Oh well. Fine. We're still tearing through fuel like nobody's business. Ricardo ideally is going to get the chance to catch up to Lance Stroll. Stroll has now passed the wounded car of Esteban Ocon. And Hulkenberg is also nursing a wounded car at this point, so we'll have to see how this goes. This has been quite incident-filled so far. I suppose this is effectively a street circuit at this point. Pierre Gasly was trying to get past Daniel Ricciardo there. Where are we? That was the end of the second DRS zone. Didn't quite work out, but he is going to get DRS again coming down the start-finish straight. He jinks to the inside. He's potentially going to get alongside, and he is. The cars are going to go side by side. And oh, Gasly backs right out of it, hell out of it. In fact, Gasly's now almost a second adrift of Daniel Ricciardo, which means Ricciardo now retains his 13th place. As long as we can keep within 5 seconds of Esteban Ocon, we will gain this position because of the penalty. So this is de facto 12th place for us. But remember, we have fucked up this strategy. So we are going to have to come in for a pit stop on... this is going to be lap 22 for mediums. We stopped there. We're still going for lap 29 for softs for Aerosmith. Fine, is what it is. Esteban Ocon is like 3 seconds ahead. This fight with Pierre Gasly is really slowing up Daniel Ricciardo, which is quite frustrating. Not frustrating for Verstappen, is securing the lead of this race coming down the start-finish straight. I think he triggered the DRS as well, so I think he gets DRS here. No, he didn't. He didn't. Did Sainz? Yeah, Sainz did. Okay, so Sainz has got the DRS coming into the start-finish straight, which is going to allow him to at least attempt to reclaim his number 1 position on the track, and indeed he does. Leclerc is going to have to do the same, fighting off Lando Norris. And looks like Ricciardo and Gasly had some argy-bargy, but Ricciardo does retain the 13th place. Let's watch how it happened. So they're wheel to wheel, and then Ricciardo just gets the better run out of the corner, coming into the start-finish straight.
That puts them in 13th place now.
So we lose 13th place to immediately regain 13th place. Not bad, not bad. Aerosmith has an ERS fault. Doesn't seem to be deploying properly. This is a problem. Let's try and diagnose it. It's a minor fault. Beans. So ERS is not deploying properly. This probably means we need to be a bit more aggressive with ERS use in order to get it to deploy properly. This will either be with us until the end of the race or not at all. But let's try and see what we can do. We've now got the undercut marker available for Daniel Ricciardo. Do you know, I don't see how these guys are necessarily going to go the rest of the race on these medium tires.
Yeah, there's a bit in it. To be honest, when I push, I could feel it start to work.
I was lamenting screwing up the strategy, but actually I don't necessarily see how some of these drivers are going to retain. We do lose. We do annoyingly lose 13th place. However, Daniel Ricciardo is going to get the DRS, so they are going to come around the final corner into the start-finish straight. Ricciardo is going to have the DRS. He's going to use this to try his hardest to close up on Pierre Gasly, but as it so happens, that does not happen, which is a little bit unfortunate. God damn it. We've now got battles developing up and over the track. We now have Fernando Alonso, who is leading the leading something of a freight train. Ooh, hello. We have passed Magnussen. How did this happen?
Watching the action closely here, it's certainly inviting.
So this is a triple DRS pass on Kevin Magnussen up to 20th place. That was a little bit of argy-bargy there. Lucky to come away with no damage for Aerosmith, but it is good to see her. I think that's probably one of her first on-merit overtakes that we have seen from her, which is pretty good. We're still on track for a pit stop in a few laps' time. Jesus Christ, why the fuck am I still getting messages? Oh, one of my friends is still awake. Why are you still awake at 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, okay. I'm no longer feeling as sad about this strategy. I don't see a world where somebody like Logan Sargent or Esteban Ocon makes it to the end of this race on this set of medium tires. And we're about to go to a fresher set of medium tires for basically the rest of the race. So yeah, I don't really see a world where this happens. So I'm actually not feeling as bad about our strategy as we definitely did. We are hoping that Ricciardo can use the DRS to try and close up on the two Alpine cars, maybe thinking about getting past them. Aerosmith is fighting off Kevin Magnussen. We are nursing an ERS issue. I'm just going to keep it on full deploy. It doesn't seem to have that much problem deploying, but yeah. We'll see what we can do with this one. For now, we are keeping Kevin Magnussen, Kegan. I'm going to call him Kegan. We're going to keep Kegan behind us now, which is good. And we're right behind Hulkenberg. Wait, are we? Where are we? Oh no, we're here. So we are right behind Hulkenberg, so hopefully we might be able to effect a pass in the future. Remember, Hulkenberg is driving a somewhat wounded car at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo has now dropped right the way back in 14th place. I'm quite happy for Gasly and Ocon to try and fight each other. It might hopefully open the door for Daniel Ricciardo, but I don't want Ricciardo to get bogged down too much in a fight with Iwasa, which is a name that I'm going to have to keep looking at because I'm not familiar with Iwasa as a racing driver. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Aerosmith is getting really close to the back of Hulkenberg. In fact, Aerosmith's DRS is open, but then so is Hulkenberg's. Everyone's trying to find this 19th position, or arguably 18th position from Bottas. They are coming around the final hairpin of this lap, coming onto the start-finish straight, which is going to give them access to the the third DRS zone. Magnussen has DRS as well. I'm surprised with him not having an injured car that he isn't doing as well as he is. The issue is getting better. The fault has indeed resolved. We're going to go back to neutral ERS deployment for Aerosmith in order to, well, we're back to business as normal, really. And we are currently gearing up for Ricciardo's pit stop, which is going to happen on lap 22. I'm quite happy with the pace here.
In front of us, Gasly.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see what our numbers look like at the tail end of this, because our tires are running pretty hot. And then we are going to go on to... Actually, hang on. Is there a world where this is a set of hards? So 8 seconds, 6 seconds. Yeah, no, this is a set of medium all day. Yeah, set of mediums, set of mediums.
Understood.
Fine, so Iwasa has now caught right up to the back of Daniel Ricciardo, which is a slight bit of buggeration. Not really too much that we can do about it except to try and fuck up his race as much as we possibly can.
Okay.
Ricciardo's tires are running hot. Iwasa does have the inside line as he comes out of the final hairpin, but can't affect the overtake. Does have DRS, so that is going to happen this time round, which is fine. We're now on optimum pit stop, so we are going to pit in for our set of mediums here, which will hopefully see us to the end of the race. In the event of another safety car at any time during this stint, we are going to pit for our final set of softs. Alright, drive it like you stole it, Ricciardo. Drive it like you fucking stole it.
Box, 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 box.
So Ricciardo, I imagine, isn't going to be feeling too hot right now. Indeed, he isn't. Aerosmith has got up to peak performance. Not sure how that's happened. Oh, Aerosmith's up to 19th. How did that happen? Oh, fuck, but our ERS problem is back. ERS problem is reduced charge rate. Fine. Okay, we can live with this. Got a faulty ERS, which is a bit of an embuggerance, but we'll see if we can manage it for the rest of this race. We have overtaken the wounded Hulkenberg, so here's hoping we can keep improving on this. So Ricciardo, we are getting ready to box with Ricciardo. Ricciardo's about to hit the cliff, actually. First time I think we'll see that this session. Albon's also getting danger close to hitting the cliff. Just as long as we don't get a puncture. This is a little bit risky. But yeah, people like Ocon and yeah, I don't see a world that they are making it to the end of this race. So actually, I don't think I have screwed up this strategy at all. Don't get me wrong, I still think we're very marginal. But, yeah. So here comes Ricciardo from 15th place for the first green flag pit stops of this race. Well, actually, Albon's going to beat us to it, but let's see what our numbers are. Good vibes in chat for good numbers. Good vibes in chat for good numbers. Come on. Come on. Come on. So there is our team all ready to go. It's not a good stop. It's not a good stop. It is definitely not a good stop. So Albon goes on to hard. I'm wondering if that might have been the strat, to be honest. Okay. I'm not sure that Ricciardo's going to get lapped, so we are going to remove our pushing for this.
Okay.
Try and bring that temperature down a little bit. And we're going to stay on neutral until something ends up happening. Aerosmith is so close to the back of Logan Sargent. We might see another on-merit overtake from her. We'll see. We're at the first of 2 DRS zones. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, come on. Let's get past Logan Sargent. So we've got DRS again. Aerosmith is DRS is open for the second of the 3 DRS zones. We can get to the back of ooh, I was gonna say we can get back to the back of Logan Sargent without overtaking him, but we do overtake him. The only problem is that I think Sargent here is probably going to get the DRS on us. Tried the inside, thought better of it. Trying the outside. Trying the inside again. Does have a run. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Can Aerosmith hold on to this? Yes, yes she can. Yes she can. And not only does Sargent have to back out of it, but he has got this angry cloud of Haas cars floating around behind him. Which is pretty good to see. So Ricciardo has gained a position on Esteban Ocon. Do you know what? I kind of low-key want to see what happens if we conserve these tires just a little bit more. Okay. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I thought about it, but no. Okay, so we're approaching the halfway mark on this race. So Ricciardo is plus 56, and Aerosmith is plus 46. The difference per lap is, let's call it 3.5 seconds. And the current time is 35. So let's call that 95, 135. So that's 30. So Ricciardo is going to be passed within 10 laps, and Aerosmith within 14 laps is my prediction. So we should be able to increase our fuel use very soon. But for just now, we just need to hold on to it just a little bit more. So Ricciardo's kind of in a race of his own just now, with Ocon 7 seconds behind him, and he himself is 7 seconds behind Alexander Albon. Thankfully, this freight train that is being held up behind Aerosmith with her dodgy medium shod tires is going to work out advantageously to Daniel Ricciardo. I heard something about our ERS issue potentially getting worse. So no, it doesn't seem to have gotten any worse. Can I see ERS? Harvest efficiency, risk of fault, low. Okay, yeah, no, I'm quite happy with this. Quite happy with this one. So the longer that Aerosmith can keep this freight train behind her for 15th place, is going to allow Daniel Ricciardo to catch up. And indeed, he's already taken, what, a second and a half out of that chunk fuel. So that is pretty good. Lando Norris has taken the fastest lap of this race, and our leader, Charles Leclerc, is in the pit. So yes, I'm quite happy. It looks like we haven't actually screwed up this strategy at all. Oh, Jesus Christ, Magnussen right on the rear wing of Aerosmith. And we are in DRS territory, so you can see Magnussen's wing is open. He's going to try the inside line, but she shuts the door. She's going to try the outside line, the inside line again, and finally he does get past Aerosmith. But I think Aerosmith accidentally just triggered DRS on him, and indeed did. So she gets the DRS now on Kevin Magnussen. Let's see, can she do anything with it? She goes down the inside. Wheel to wheel, can she make it work? She can. Oh, it's still wheel to wheel. It is still wheel to wheel. It's still wheel to wheel between our two drivers. They're coming into the opening complex of the race. Aerosmith is trying to eke out ahead, and indeed she does. Wow. Okay. That was quite impressive. Aerosmith is going to be feeling pretty good right now, and she is. Let's see if we can get a better replay of it all happening.
Through turn 5.
Yeah, there we go. What a view that is.
And that sees them move to 15.
Yeah, happy with that. Definitely happy with that one. Aerosmith is still leading this freight train, which is not entirely unexpected, but Ricciardo is taking a second to a second and a half out of the freight train. So this strategy for Aerosmith is just working for our team. This is going to bring Ricciardo into the fray, which it is just going to help immensely. This is huge from Aerosmith. The more we can keep these guys behind us, the more we can absolutely fuck up their race. Logan Sargent's probably going to have to drop into the pit at some point. I think ultimately Aerosmith, after the pit stops, is probably going to come out fairly far down the order. What is our next pit stop? 29. But yeah, oh, Magnussen's making an attempt. Yep, so at the end of this DRS zone, Magnussen makes a pass. Did he leave it late enough that Aerosmith isn't going to get DRS? No, she gets DRS. She gets DRS, which means she's coming down the inside of Kevin Magnussen for 15th place. All this is just feeding into her confidence level. Look, she's still on peak performance. And not only does she get past, but the two Williams are fighting wheel to wheel, which is definitely going to slow them up. Ricciardo has gained 2 seconds on them that lap. This is huge. This whole fight is so huge for Ricciardo. Remember, 15th place is about our ballpark for where our team is right now. So Aerosmith is right where we want her to be. I know we have the caveat if she's having more pit stops later, but this is bringing Ricciardo so much back into this fight. This is just absolutely freaking huge. Freaking huge. Aerosmith has the technical ability that she is not getting past. Sorry, that Kevin Magnussen is not getting past during the non-DRS assisted complex sections. Aerosmith is very much holding her own. Kevin Magnussen is requiring to use the DRS to even get close to passing her, but Aerosmith keeps finding a way past, whether it's her technical ability or with the DRS. So this is a great showing from Aerosmith. This is going to be so beneficial to the team. Yuki Tsunoda is in for a pit stop. And Ocon has served their pit stop. Does this mean that Tsunoda... Yeah, okay. So Tsunoda has a 5-second penalty, so he's serving it at pit stop. It's now served. Okay, that's... Oh, this is a slow pit stop. Oh, Yuki. Yuki, my boy. Oh, no. Ah, Yuki Tsunoda no longer has a penalty to serve, but he got absolutely ganked by that pit stop. However, unfortunately, after laps and laps of amazing effort by Aerosmith, both Magnussen and Sargent have now got past. Fine. Not the worst thing in the world. Ricciardo is still gaining on Hülkenberg. But that's okay, because Hülkenberg is going to have to pit again, as is Aerosmith. So really our target at the moment is not Hülkenberg, but Alexander Albon. He is our 2-pass candidate for Ricardo. So we're going to preserve some tire life just a little bit. How are we doing for leaders? Okay. We're getting close to getting lapped, but not we're not particularly getting lapped. So I did my calculations on lap 24. So lap 34, 38 is where we're planning. Oh, well, nevertheless. Yeah, okay, Ricardo makes it past Hulkenberg, which wasn't necessarily anticipated. We're gonna see what Ricardo can do without burning his tires, and we're gonna hold on to potentially this fight for later in the race. We're getting very close to Aerosmith coming in for her pit stop, however. So we're just gonna keep that one in mind. So we're gonna open the pit options, and it is time to go onto this set of softy tires. Probably just as well because Albon slips past. However, Aerosmith is going to keep fighting with Alexander Albon, which is huge. Remember, the more that we can disrupt their tire usage, the better this is going to be. Is there a world... Hang on. Is there a world where the hard tire... So wait, what is this? Hard tire is slightly faster. What if we... Okay. That's 3 seconds faster. Okay, we're gonna go to strategy B, which means we are going to cancel this pit stop. Cancel. Okay, we're gonna change our strategy a little bit. Actually, no, because at this point, Aerosmith is just holding up Ricardo, isn't she? What is the plan? No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. Let's go to the tire. Yeah, let's go to the hard tire. Let's go to the hard tire this lap. Let's free up Ricardo, because I don't want our drivers fighting with each other more than they are. Although Ricardo does get past. Okay, actually, Ricardo gets past. But I think I still want the harder tire. I still want the harder tire for this. So we're going to gain 1, maybe 2 positions anyway throughout this race. This is actually looking pretty okay. Let's keep our eyes on Aerosmith. So we're going to go to the hard tire here. I would go to another set of mediums, but we just don't have it.
Sargent has boxed.
Let's see what we can do. So we're right at the very, very end of the pit lane. This has to be a good stop. If we could overtake Sargent, that would be amazing. It's not a bad stop, but we do still come out behind Sargent. Hey, 10th. Oh no, 8th. Happy days. Happy days. Okay, so both of our cars are now going until the end of this race. I think Aerosmith is probably going to end up getting lapped. What are we doing for the lappage? Okay, these guys still have around the pit stops to go. Fine, we may actually retain our lead lap status for. Actually, no. Let's just keep us on attack. Oh, hello. That's a lockup. Hey, free spot. Free spot. I just heard the tire squeal, and that is a lockup from Logan Sargent. So under no pressure whatsoever, Logan Sargent just decides that he wants to go and visit fucking Middle Kansas. And that puts him 4 full seconds behind Aerosmith. He is still going to catch up on softer tires, faster car, but I think he's going to be hard pressed to do this. Looking at Ricciardo's race, Ricciardo is being absolutely chased down by Yuki Tsunoda. This is for position, but we're going to gain probably 2, maybe 3 positions in this fight. So here was I
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
worried about our tire
we stay in
use
the rhythm.
strategy
Okay, Hülkenberg now.
during this race, but actually I'm quite happy with this, because we're going to gain 1, 2, 3 places before the end of this race, basically for free. Basically for free. We've got 20 laps to go. Yeah.
Okay, Sainz coming now.
Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good in my book. Let's have a little look-see and see
Okay, head
what
on. Keep focusing.
well, let's take stock of this race. So Lando Norris finds himself in the lead of this race. Sergio Perez is in second, but his set of tyres are absolutely fucky-wucky, so he's going to need to come in for another pit stop again. Max Verstappen is in third, will get promoted to second. He has just been passed by Charles Leclerc on the harder tyres, which was an impressive pass using DRS and the start-finish straight. Carlos Sainz is in fifth, with Oscar Piastri entirely on his own in 6th place. Lewis Hamilton is on his own in 7th, as is Stroll. Oh no, Stroll is side by side with his teammate Fernando Alonso, who indeed takes 8th from him. Stroll is now relegated down to 9th place. They're even Stevens for positions. Iwasa is in 10th with a scuffed set of tyres. He is going to need to pit again, as is Valtteri Bottas in 11th. Alexander Albon is going to the end of the race on a set of hards in 12th place, with Yuki Tsunoda in 13th. Kevin Magnussen is in 14th with a wounded set of hard tyres. He, I suspect, is probably going to have to
Max
pit
coming
again, and our very own
So we keep
Daniel
focusing on the
Ricciardo is
pace.
going to the end of the race on a set of mediums. The damaged Nico Hülkenberg is in 16th place and is definitely going to have to pit again. Esteban Ocon in 17th, with Gasly in 18th, Zhao in 19th, and my very own Aerosmith is in 20th place. Logan Sargent in 21st has not yet been able to catch up to Aerosmith, so interesting set of events. We've got a battle on the go for 14th place. Daniel Ricciardo is desperately trying to get past Kevin Magnussen. This was in the opening complex. We've come down into the first hairpin. We're about to
Magnussen
enter
ahead of
the
you.
second complex of the race before we start getting into the DRS zones. So let's see how Ricciardo manages this. So here we go, we've triggered the first DRS, and now we're in the first DRS zone, and the DRS is open. We can see the... hang on. Whoop. Yeah, we can see the sponsor of Kevin Magnussen very, very, very clearly now, but unfortunately Ricciardo hasn't affected the overtake. We are accelerating now into the second DRS zone, but again Ricciardo can't get past, or can he? With a dive down the inside, he takes 14th place. But this, I suspect, is going to give Kevin Magnussen the DRS. Iwasa has gone into the pits, which means we have a free place, which I'm quite happy with. Kevin Magnussen uses his DRS to very...
Oh dear, that's not a good stop.
Oh, that's not good. What happened to Iwasa?
We see the RB team waiting there.
It's Karun. Karun Chandik.
And there we see the problem.
What's the problem? All the wheels are on. Must have been a jack issue. Just out of view. Just out of view. Well, Iwasa is just leaving the pit lane. This could present an opportunity for Aerosmith to catch up, although probably not if he's on soft. As for Daniel Ricciardo, yeah, so we're up into 13th place. We're past Kevin Magnussen. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, Kevin Magnussen, who definitely has to stop again, as does Hülkenberg. They are, yeah, I think Ricciardo's going to be okay. I think Ricciardo is going to be a-okay. Going for second position of this, race is Max Verstappen. He's finishing the second complex right here, about to come into the DRS zone, and he is right on the rear wing of Charles Leclerc. We'll have to see how this goes. Ooh, they are literally front wing to rear wing. Max Verstappen's now going to come into the second DRS zone here. The wing is going to open. Can he do anything with it? The DRS zones are good for closing up on this lap, but only the third DRS zone is good for actually overtaking. They come around the hairpin side by side. Max Verstappen has the position. Who has the DRS? It's Charles Leclerc. Can he do anything? And Norris is in the pit. So this is going to give Verstappen and or Leclerc the lead of this race. Who's it going to be? That has to be decided on the track. It is going to be Charles Leclerc. Alrighty. Nice. Aerosmith is currently very much on her own. I don't see her massively being able to do too much. We're going to go back to standard tire use for Daniel Ricciardo. This 13th place is looking pretty good. This is going to become 12th for us for sure when Bottas's tires go off. Yeah, this is going to become 12th. Hulkenberg. What is Hulkenberg doing? My goodness. Hulkenberg has hit the cliff and then some. He is the conductor of the freight train with 2 Alpines and a Sauber aggressively chasing him down. Look at that. Look at that. This is causing all kind of commotion behind us and might actually allow... Okay, I was going to say might actually allow Aerosmith to catch up, but Hulkenberg has decided that discretion is the better part of valor. He's going to go in for the pit lane, probably change onto a set of softs if he has any left, which is going to then give Aerosmith the place for free, and probably the Williams as well. So it's going to be jobs on for Nico Hulkenberg to see if he can't gain any positions in the closing stages of this race. I don't think there's going to be any way we can catch Iwasa on his soft set of tires. However, once he passes Zhao and Gasly, I think Aerosmith, if she's good enough, might be able to close up on these guys. How are we doing for the lap situation? So nobody's lapped yet, which is fine. So we'll rock to a fuel delta of 0.
We don't need liftoff.
Understood.
Now let's just see what we can do. Oscar Piastri is in for a fairly late pit stop. He's had his pit stop. He's onto soft tires. He's going to come out right in front of Tsunoda. I think, actually, no, yeah, Tsunoda. So that changes the order just a little bit. I don't think there is any more pit stop. No, Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas and Kevin Magnussen are both going to pit again, which could be a potential benefit to both Aerosmith and to Ricciardo. We'll just have to see how this all goes. Actually, right now, Bottas's tires are so run down, he is slowing up Alexander Albon, allowing Ricciardo to hopefully try and catch up. We'll have to see how that goes. The lead of this race is still being worked on between Verstappen and Leclerc, with 15 laps to go. And 4th place is a battle between Perez and Lando Norris, with Perez the current victor, but there's about to be another DRS zone, so let's stick with this fight and watch how this progresses over time. DRS is open in Lando Norris's car. He is quite far back, half a second drift. We'll see what he can do with him. He's got a good run though. He goes for the inside line. It's going to give him the edge coming into the starting of this first section complex, but it is really tricky if you're not already ahead to retain being ahead, but nevertheless, side by side still, they're still side by side, and eventually the winner of this battle is decided with Perez in 4th place. Our tires are overheating, which is a smidgen of an issue. I'm actually going to cool them off just a little bit and see what we can end up with. Okay, let's see if we can cool these tires down a little bit. I think we're probably going to get lapped before the end of the race, which means I don't have to worry too much about retaining these tires, but I would like to cool them down just a little bit more if I can. We're going to go for balanced fuel use for a little bit. How's Ricciardo doing? So Ricciardo's in 13th place. Bottas has hit the cliff with his hard tires, which has allowed Alexander Albon to overtake him. Ricciardo is going to be next, but the question is going to be, can Ricciardo close down the 5 seconds on Bottas before Bottas dives into the pits? Is going to be the long and short of the question that we have to ask. Kevin Magnussen may try and do a risky hang-on until the end of the race. Not entirely sure, but it is a distinct possibility. The Ferraris are now together fighting for second position. Where are we on the track? So we've just finished the first complex, rounding the hairpin, about to come into the second complex. There's no DRS zone for this kind of, like, first third of the lap. So any overtake that Sainz is going to achieve is going to have to be done on merit. We'll have to see. On merit, Perez has closed this gap magnificently. They were very almost wheel to wheel. But now Sainz is going to benefit from the DRS zones. We are through one and no biscuit to show for it. We're entering the second, closing up the gap. And nothing to show for it. Rounding the final hairpin onto the start-finish straight. This is going to be the time for Sainz to get it done. Can he secure second place with his newer tires, his softer tires? He's side by side with Charles Leclerc. He needs to get it done before they get into the corner. And he doesn't. They're still side by side. Rounding the first corner, Leclerc takes a position back and Sainz backs right out of it. And that is the end of that maneuver for Sainz for a lap. Lando Norris is side by side with Perez, but Perez gets it back. Exact same thing that happened between Leclerc and Sainz. We'll have to see how that progresses over time. For the back in the battles, there is a three-way battle for 14th place between Ocon, Zhao and Iwasa. We'll have to see how this goes. Everyone's about evenly matched on tyre wear, although there is a difference in tyre compounds which could factor in. And Bottas's tyre life is down to 24%, which means Ricciardo has taken out 3 seconds on him to be within now 2 seconds, probably within 1 lap, maybe even half a lap. We are going to see him achieve this overtake. I don't think Ricciardo is going to get lapped, so we are working to a percentage. So we're looking to a fuel delta of 0. I think Aerosmith is potentially going to get lapped. Although I'm actually not that confident about it, so we'll definitely have to see how this goes. Fine. We're now within DRS range, and I want past Bottas.
Oh, you can use any place.
I really want past Bottas.
Yep, understood.
So let's push.
Oh, we can cancel lift off.
So let's use fuel and let's use ERS to really close down this gap. So as soon as we can get into DRS range, we can just open this up and start going. So the gap started the lap at 0.8 seconds. It's currently 0.6, now 0.5, now 0.4. We're coming through the second complex of this lap. About to come into the DRS ring zone.
No problem.
DRS detection is now. Ricciardo's DRS is open. We want a clean overtake of him with Bottas on his wounded tires, and that has happened. I don't think Bottas is going to catch us up. So let's just go back to neutral and neutral.
Okay.
I might actually conserve a little bit because I really want this to be retained on neutral.
Okay.
See how we go. Bottas is going to get DRS range here, but I don't think this matters with his tyres as gubbed as he is. I think Bottas is going to try to go to the remainder of this race on his absolutely scuffed tyres. Okay, Bottas is side by side with Ricciardo, but yeah, we can't. Bottas cannot make that work. Can absolutely not make that one work. Aerosmith, how are we doing? Aerosmith is currently 5 seconds adrift of PR Gasly. 18th place is pretty good. This is a really good showing from Hibble F1. Looks like we have a blue flag. A blue flag jamboree between the leaders and the Haas back markers. Oh, this is chaotic. This is absolutely chaos. If I was these two Ferraris, I would be absolutely seething in my helmet right now. Holy hell.
No more liftoff required.
Okay.
Yeah, these Ferraris, these Ferraris races, if one of the Ferraris does not win this race, I think it was these two Haas back markers that have cost the Ferraris a chance at taking a pop at Verstappen later in the race. That was a poor showing from Team Haas in this simulated version of this race. So with 10 laps to go, Max Verstappen is in a commanding lead of the race, 5 seconds adrift from Charles Leclerc, who's fighting off his teammate Carlos Sainz. Perez is in 4th, fighting off Lando Norris. Hamilton is all on his Starman in 6th, as is Alonso. Lance Stroll is fighting off Oscar Piastri from 8th. Bottas can go no further and has dived into the pits, which will gift a place to pretty much everyone. It might even gift a place to Aerosmith, if we're lucky, which I wasn't expecting. And it does. Aerosmith's up into 17th place. Tsunoda is on his own 20 seconds off of Oscar Piastri, with Albon in 11th. Ricciardo is on his own in 12th place, with Iwasa in 13th. Ocon is chasing Iwasa down and is pretty much on his rear wing. Zhao is a second adrift of everyone either side in 15th, with Gasly in 16th, Aerosmith in 17th, Sargent 18th, Bottas 19th, and Bottas is leading the best of the rest train with a three-way battle for 19th position after his recent pit stop. So that is where we're standing at the moment. I think the Iwasa Ocon battle is probably one of the closest that we have just now. Have to see how this goes. Oh, Iwasa is right on Ocon's rear bumper. The DRS is going to open. This is the second DRS zone. This is very hard to effect an overtake, but it can help you set you up for the start-finish straight. They are absolutely side by side. I think Iwasa is going to trigger the DRS for this one. Indeed, he does. Iwasa's DRS is open, and he is past Ocon. This is a slight problem because he has softer tires than Daniel Ricciardo, so this is going to be quite interesting to see how this goes. So we're going to push for fuel. God, that 0.2 liters got eaten up fucking instantly. Tires are taking a hit. Tires are doing okay for Ricciardo.
Okay.
And our tires have cooled down for Aerosmith. We're actually going to have her just gun it. In fact, with only 7 laps to go, we're just going to deploy ERS until the end of session for both drivers. See how we go. I don't think Ricciardo is going to get a pop at Albon before the end of this race.
Overtake available.
But I want to try and preserve tires as much as we can in case Iwasa catches up to us. So we'll just keep that one in the back of our mind. Aerosmith does have Logan Sargent right behind her. Oh, this is after the blue flags. So she's now a lap down. So actually, let's just gun it. Let's just gun it. Our fuel delta now for Aerosmith is minus 1.9. So let us just gun it. Let's use as much fuel as we can, and let's try and stay ahead of Logan Sargent. I think this is going to be a big boon for us if we can, but Sargent with his softer tires does manage to get ahead with DRS, which is frustrating. Aerosmith is defending against Hulkenberg and does have the DRS on Sargent. Well, it just remains to see what she can do. We've given her the fuel, we've given her the tires. We just need to hope for the best. The only problem is that Hülkenberg does have newer tires and Bottas behind him does have newer tires still. So we need to keep that one in mind. But Aerosmith is just going to be fighting until the end of this race. And this is pretty much all we can do. Pretty much all we can do. Ricciardo's doing okay. Managing tires, managing fuel, managing ERS. It's just a waiting game for Ricciardo. Verstappen is pretty secure in the lead right now, although this gap is coming down a little bit. However, the two Ferraris could still fight with each other to disrupt who takes second place versus who takes third. The battle for fourth is still alive and well between Norris and Perez. Further back down is Esteban Ocon that is currently leading a 3-car battle for 14th place between Ocon, Zhou and Gasly. Sargent is leading the freight train of the best of the rest between Aerosmith, Hülkenberg, Bottas and Magnussen. However, there's about to be some back markers that come into the fray, so we'll definitely have to see how this goes. DRS is open. Hülkenberg is coming for Aerosmith, but Bottas is also coming for him, so this could be quite interesting to see how this all plays out. Aerosmith closes the door so Hülkenberg cannot get past. Fuel delta is okay. This can get down to -2 points. So 2.1 is our never exceed and 1.9 is our safety. So this is fine for Ricciardo. It is 0. 0 is our absolute target.
Bit of lift off.
Understood.
Jesus Christ, this is messy. So where is Verstappen in comparison to Ricciardo? Actually only about a fifth of a lap away, so this isn't getting pretty close. Actually, this could prove very, very interesting. I'm not so confident that Aerosmith is going to be able to hold on to 18th place for the rest of the race. I think this is going to be a very, very hard fight for her to win. The good news is that Iwasa is really having to burn his tires in order to try and catch up to Ricciardo. So while this gap is coming down, Ricciardo is getting in a better and better position as we now reach the final 15 laps of this race. We're just going to keep burning fuel as and when we can. Aerosmith is burning fuel as well in order to try and keep the 17th place position. Wait a minute, wasn't she 18th a minute ago?
Understood.
Wasn't she 18th a minute ago? Okay, blue flags here. I feel like that wasn't entirely suboptimal as a place to overtake, but it wasn't too bad. So our tires are hot, but this is fine. This will see us to the end of the race. We're burning fuel, but that's fine. This will see us to the end of the race. Oh, and Aerosmith. So Bottas has overtaken Magnussen. No, was it not Sargent that was chasing Aerosmith? Okay, I think there's been a lot of jostling under the blue flags, which has allowed Aerosmith to get away slightly. The only thing that might prove problematic is Aerosmith is about to get blue flagged here. Yep, so there it is, blue flag, blue flag. She gets out the way, and Bottas is... fuck, Bottas just sneaks past under the blue flags. That's so unfortunate for Aerosmith. So Aerosmith is back in 18th place. I think this is what happened to Aerosmith before. These blue flags can be a vicious beast if, you know, you don't get a chance to, like, deal with them.
5 more laps.
Soval.
Okay.
So Magnussen is now right on Aerosmith's tail. Jesus Christ. Hopefully we might be able to get some more blue flags that help. Magnussen has got his DRS open. He is trying to go down the inside of Aerosmith. But is it going to happen? The answer is yes, but is he going to hold it? No. Once again, we are seeing Aerosmith's technical ability being able to surpass the ability of the DRS on this circuit, which is pretty good. And Magnussen at this moment in time is now outside of DRS range as they go into the complex. So this is a very impressive drive for Aerosmith. Ivasa has caught right up to the back of Daniel Ricciardo, which is not entirely ideal. There's not going to be too much I can do about it. I can't give him any more fuel. I can't give him any more ERS. This is going to be on Daniel Ricciardo's technical ability to stay ahead, and Iwasa does pass. This is going to give Ricciardo the DRS, so we'll have to see how this goes. 13th place is still a lot better than we were expecting to do, so we're definitely happy with this. Ricciardo is going to have the DRS here. Oh, but these blue flags are going to fuck us. Oh, safety car, safety car, safety car. Okay. Actually, hang on. So this is so close to the end of the race. No pit, no pit.
Okay, understood.
Safety car deploy. Charge on.
What happened?
And make sure you stay
So
positive.
Yuki Tsunoda has crashed. Let's see how it happened. Oh, so he bins it. Oh, that's a hard one into the barrier. And yeah, stopped on the exit of the curbing. Yeah, that's a safety car every day of the week. Yeah, safety car every day of the week. This race may finish under safety car here, which will gift us 12th place. Does put the Williams in the points. That's not good. That really isn't good.
Yuki is off.
I don't think anyone's going to be dumb enough to pit here. That would be a silly mistake.
So he's out the car.
I think this finishes. I think this finishes under safety car. Oh. Our boy Ricciardo is right behind the safety car. Wait, did Ricciardo get lapped? Okay. I didn't actually have that one in my playbook. I didn't actually count on him getting lapped this session. Okay.
Currently P12.
Alright, this is probably where I get some rather interesting screenshots of some cars. Some cars that shouldn't be where they are. Yeah, there it is. I love that the growl of the safety car is very different. It's something that would have been very, very easy to have just overlooked in a game like this, but you know, it's there. The safety car does have a very different sound to it, which is quite nice. Doesn't sound like I imagine an Aston Martin to sound though. Oh, that didn't look the way I wanted it to. There we go. That looks a lot better. I wish you could frame by frame it. Okay, I think if in all honesty this is probably going to finish behind the safety car. If this was me in race control, I would have hit the red flag and just like red and checker rather than safety car. But I'm not in race control, so here we are. Getting some good screenshots from this though. No longer have to worry about fuel use, and this is at least going to cement a 12-17 for us, which is pretty cool. Oh, fuck. Oh, they're different. Fuck. Yeah. Look at the safety car. This is actually inaccurate. There should be 2 of them in that car. Because the safety car usually consists of a safety car driver plus an observer as well.
3 more laps.
So I think we're either not going to go green at all, or we are going to go green, and this is going to be an absolute fucking scramble for the checkered flag. Let's see what we work with. So safety car is going to come around again.
Two more laps.
Yep, final lap.
Yep,
We finished under the
understood.
safety car. We finished under the safety car. Huge. So final lap board is out. Okay. Okay. Well, the safety car is ending, so we're gonna get a very, very fucking frantic push to the end. So they're going to allow us to take the checkered flag under green flag conditions, which is going to be interesting. So the safety car is going to dive in here, I think. And do we really go back green flag racing here? I hope not. I really hope not. Safety car is ended. It's going to be on to our drivers to make sure that there is nothing. Oh my goodness, everyone
Okay, we'll take the
is.
flag.
Oh, double safety car. Okay.
On the way up, pit road.
There we go.
Good job
Checker
today.
flag.
We did well. Cheers.
So the race effectively finishes
Cheers,
under the
thank you.
safety car. I think that was a bit of a
And when you stop,
misfinish.
P1,
Safety
Wait
car
for the
came in
dash.
a bit
Good job.
too early there. But under the safety car, Max Verstappen takes the win of the race from Carlos Sainz in second, Charles Leclerc in third, Lando Norris in fourth. Perez is fifth with Hamilton behind. And we
Pierre
finished
Gasly
12-17.
Coming back after the checkered flag.
At the end of that, it's a 15th place finish.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
And finally now, the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Pretty fucking good, I hope.
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
Okay then, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us this weekend here in Jeddah.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
Alrighty, that is gonna start us towards the end of today's stream. So, yeah, so we got to Perez in 5th, Hamilton 6th, Alonso in 7th, Piastri in 8th, Lance Stroll in 9th, and Team Williams is going to pick up their first point of the season in 10th place. RB Racing's Ayuma Iwasa takes 11th place, with our boy Daniel Ricciardo gaining 5 places to take 12th. Esteban Ocon finishes in 13th, with Zhao Ganyu in 14th, Pierre Gasly 15th, Bottas in 16th, and our very own Raven Aerosmith taking 3 places to finish 17th. Kevin Magnussen loses 4 to finish 18th, Nico Hulkenberg loses 7 to finish 19th, and Logan Sargent rounds out the last of the finishers in 20th place, with Yuki Tsunoda and George Russell retiring with damage at various points of the race. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, this is now going to push Max Verstappen into the lead, who is now 3 points to the good of Charles Leclerc. In the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari retain their lead, but now only by 7 points over Red Bull Racing, and Hibble F1 moves up into 8th place in the Constructors' Championship, which is ahead of our target of 9th place. So this is good. This doesn't matter while we are we have no points. This can the minute Team Haas get a single point on the board, they will overtake us. But for just now, after just 2 races, Hibble F1 is in 8th place. Look at that! Look at that. In terms of the fastest pit stop competition, Raven Aerosmith's 2 second .722 pit stop takes 10th place, which gives us another precious point in the the fastest pit stop championship, which puts us in 7th place. We've lost 2 places, but this will still give us money at the end of the race. There was no catastrophic errors, although our pit stops are quite slow, so more things that we need to particularly improve upon. Both of our drivers breached their targets and then some. 20th place, we finished 8 places higher. 21st place, we finished 4 places higher. Huge. Good result for us, and that nets us $500,000 as we go into what will be the Australian Grand Prix. You can see how that how messy that all got. Like my notes from this ended up absolutely all over the place. We built some facilities, which is pretty good. So our next race is going to take place at Australia. I'm currently pretty happy with this. I wonder what the board thinks. Board confidence is medium. Race performance is happy. I'm pretty happy with this. Good. I'm pretty excited. Do you know what? I wasn't so sure about bringing this series back, but now that I have brought it back, I'm pretty happy. I'm quite enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are too. However, that is going to round out today's stream. When we come back, we are going to polish off some of our various bits and bobs ahead of our next race in Australia. And what is the race after that? So next race will be Australia, followed by Japan, which I can't remember if this is a sprint race or not. There is a way to see it. Oh yeah, here we go. So Suzuka is, as far as I can tell, not a sprint race. Yeah, okay. So we'll be back next time for rounds 4 and round 5 of the Formula 1 2024 Alternative Championship. We're going to go find somebody to raid. Let's see which one of my friends happens to be out and about. Our Twitch is just going to entirely fuck up. We'll have to see. Okay, I don't really have any friends that are doing anything. Oh no, I lied. I absolutely lied. We are going to go and show some love, and so this is a bit of a genre change, but we are absolutely going to show some love and support to Tima, who is a what is becoming very much a long time supporter of this channel, who is also a fair another streamer as well. I don't know what is up with my word selection at the moment. So we are going to go and show Tima some love and support. They are currently playing The Last of Us Part 2. We will be back at some point. Probably tomorrow. I'm just trying to think of my schedule. Probably tomorrow, but if there's any changes, don't be surprised. Yeah, let's go and show them some love and support. But for just now, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, that's right. World War I pilots didn't have parachutes. I fucking knocked down the tree.
He does well for himself. Let me put it like that.
Hey, Chaucer.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy. But get the hell out of my ear. I can't think straight. I can't think straight to save my damn life right now.
Is it because you love my voice so much?
Go stand by Bunty. Go. Get. God, dog.
fine. All
I
right.
can't think straight.
Thank you. Have.
Wow. Suddenly I feel like I got more time.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That was terrible. God.
If you want me to do a train safety announcement, here's my pitch, right? There is two kinds of being sucked off on a train station platform that can happen. If you want the happy one, stay behind the yellow line.
Oh, they've got guns, guys!
Crazy.
I fucking hate this man so much.
They shot bullets at me!
It's a fucking shooter game, innit?
Cardamom, coriander, cilantro there. I might leave out the cilantro. Got some black cardamom, it's really nice with some ginger there.
Are you kicking me?
Y'all want to count us down, folks?
No, I'm just making my great grandfather's recipes.
Oh, cheese it, they're shooting me. Oh god, they're shooting me. Okay, good. I love how happy Robodoggy gets with these little combat sessions. Oh, fuck a dick. Okay, that was an explosion. You're underneath me? Oh, get fucked! I've not seen him in a long time, no.
And I have no idea who he is.
Wait, why is there a horse in the distance? Just running through the fucking sky. Did y'all see that?
Oh, well.
What are we watching?
I probably ain't supposed to be letting this happen.
I think we're watching the...
I think that one got him.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it's in there!
Oh my god.
You know,
Oh my
right
god.
above your heart.
I trusted you!
Taking it like a champ, that's a great thing.
Oh my.